Happy holidays, everybody. Ho, 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 ho. Well, thank you guys for your support and your sweet comments, which my apologies, I have not had a chance to respond to yet, for allowing me a little time for recalibration. I needed that. And I'm easing back in tonight. So, welcome, welcome. My name is Darlene. Thank you all for being here. I will pull myself up over here 1 second so I can see your comments. There we go. And let me post one thing real quick, and then I will get into our week ahead pull. Well, what's coming toward us this week? And we'll get this party started. This works better when you do it with your glasses on. There we go. Okay. Now, speaking of glasses, we're going to do a quick, we, I don't know, me and my team, we're going to do a quick week ahead, the holiday for everybody who celebrates Christmas. A very Merry Christmas wish to each and every one of you. So what's coming toward my collective audience this week? And let me see, can I adjust that? You might can see the cards a little bit there. That helps, I think. So let's see. Let's see. What is coming toward my collective? Should we ask for love, or let's just do general and see what comes? What's coming toward my collective audience this week in general that they need to know about? What will the core issue of that be? Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Nancy. Good evening. How are you? How are you? All right, let's see here. Why the card's taking so long? Whoa, that's a lot. That's too many, please. Too many. Trying to streamline this a little bit tonight, not be here all night. Okay, we'll take those. Hey, Logan, how are you? Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. That's so very appreciated. Thank you. That's a nice welcome back after my recalibration. Y'all just don't even know. Well, let's see. My collective. So the core issue here this week. Okay. Wow. I'm kind of laughing because here in the States, it is Christmas week. So is this a surprise to any of us that we're juggling like crazy? Like, what is that saying? Oh, like a one-armed paper hanger? Well, no. We're trying to get things done. A couple of meanings here. We're really trying to get things done. Trying to wrap things up, so to speak, or literally, maybe, for some of you. Hey, everybody, please don't take it personally if I don't speak to each and every one of you. I so appreciate you being here, though. Thank y'all for chatting and dropping in. So, all right, and then, I mean, I'm almost laughing. I don't know. This is, let me see. I'm not making light of this. I think there's two different level or layers of messages here, because here we are busily trying. Let me overwhelmed, busily trying to juggle everything we have to do to get ready, wrapping things up, literally or figuratively, closing out cycles. Here it is, the end of the year, after all. And then I'm laughing at this. Not that that's anything to laugh at, but the Three of Swords, that's heartache. That's emotional pain. Hopefully, and I'm only laughing because I said there were two layers to this. that it's, on the one hand, this is so literal about us, some of us taking the holidays here, and specifically those of us that do Christmas shopping and whatnot, that we go to the extremes sometimes. And I'm saying that because of the card that follows, the Four of Pentacles. This is holding onto your money, holding tight. So it's almost, this is almost like a tale of Christmas, you know. We overdo, we try to wrap things up and have, you know, feel good about this. Let me wrap this up here. No, let's go out and spend that one, buy that one more present. It's only another X amount of money. And so I'm kind of laughing at us here, especially in the West, how material we can be sometimes, and how sometimes we need, this is just a real specific message. Sometimes we need a little bit of a reality check about what's really important. A lot of people, a lot of us get that or give that here at the holidays. But let's be mindful of what's really important, and don't put yourself in debt trying to keep up with the Joneses here at Christmas time. That's for some of you. Now, for others of you, this has a little bit more serious message here. It's more about, this could be love, this could be jobs, this could be responsibilities, this could be family obligations, whatever that's making you feel overwhelmed here. The Spirit is saying, wrap it up, wrap it up. It's time to put it into that, or that it is coming to an end. Because for many of you, it is a kind of suffering. This is what I call a sliding scale on this Three of Swords. You know, it can be anything from, you know, that knife in the chest, third party, you find out your husband's cheating or your partner's cheating or whatever, to feeling like, well, God, that project didn't go the way I wanted it to. I just don't think I really did my best on that project. And so it can be anything. But it basically, whatever it is, it involves emotional pain of some kind. And it could involve, for many of you, feeling involving an issue around control or security, because these are pentacles. This reflects something to do with security, stability, money. Card is called the Miser. So that's the core issue here. That's a lot for this week. Now let's look at what the interference might be. What is hindering or distorting or complicating or draining the energy? I think that pretty much speaks to it, but let's see if anything else might come out. Good evening, everybody. Oh, Nancy, that's so very sweet of you. Thank you, hon. I'm not going to share here what all was going on, but I really do appreciate that. I missed y'all too. I promise I did, but it just wasn't right for me to be here. It just wasn't. And it wasn't just me personally. Yes, I had some stuff I was personally calibrating, but I had some family things going on too. So it was the right thing for me to do, just to back up, you know? Now, what's that saying? Life is pulling us in this direction, and that direction, and sometimes you just got to stop. Okay, well, here again, we've got another card that can talk about abundance and nurturing and creativity and expansion. When this comes out in this position as what's interfering, I think this is you're trying too hard. And so I'm hearing that for some of you. You're back to this, what I said over here, especially if you're trying to keep up with the Joneses with Christmas obligations and commitments. And I caught myself on this weekend, yesterday and today. I was coming up with food dishes that I wanted to make to take to my son's house, and I got carried away, and I went out this morning and shopped for all of that, and then I got home and I thought, that's over the top. You're not going to force yourself to do all that. That's crazy. It's not needed. It's, you know, and so I kind of reeled myself back in, you know. So, I mean, that could be, hey, Gary, good evening. How are you tonight, love? Thank you for being here and happy holidays. So for some of you, this is, and I'm laughing again, not at the message, but at how literal sometimes the tarot can be. As I said, this is a two levels of messages here, but in terms of what's interfering, if you could read this fine print on this card, one of the things that this card represents is good parenting. So are you spending so much on your kids thinking that makes you a good parent, and you're not going to be able to pay your mortgage payment come next month? So that's just a side message for one or two of y'all, but it just has the feeling of when this is in this position, it's draining you. And what's draining you is trying to expand. It doesn't mean it's the wrong thing. It might just be the wrong time. Okay. Oh, Alexandra, I just got, I'm not sure what your, hang on one second. Let me jot this down. My bad. I forgot to mute my device. 1 second. So who is Alexandra? Pepperflake. I will do a few readings tonight. I'm not going to be here for 5 hours, but I will. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And that information is pinned at the top of the chat or in the description box. They are $20 super chat or $15 through PayPal. That's perfect. Yes, yes, yes. There it is. That's you. Okay, okay, great. Let me put that down. Pepper. Awesome. Tom is from Scotland. Scorpio from Scotland. All right. Welcome, welcome, guys. Thank you. Gary, yes, you're in time for a question, but I'm not doing free readings tonight. So I'm going to do the, as I said, I'm recalibrating, and that means I'm not here going guns a-blazing tonight. I'm kind of trying to pace my energy. That's a theme that's been driven home to me this week from my team. All right, getting on with our week ahead general reading here. What is in the support position for my collective, please? What is helping move this forward, or maybe already working in your favor? Let's see here. Good evening, Sharon. Welcome, welcome to everybody. Thank y'all for being here on a Sunday evening. All righty. What? Awesome, Gary. Thank you. Appreciate you. Put you down here. So let's keep going here now. Well, come on. One more. There it is. Well, what's already working in your favor, I would say, is that some of you, and I really think this goes back over here to the world card here in our core issue. Many of you, we know, we've talked about this before, that this is the year of the 9 year where we're wrapping up cycles, completing things, letting go of things, letting go of relationships that don't serve us, things that we don't need to carry forward in this next year, which is the year of the 1, the new beginnings. So this is saying that what's supporting us, what's helping us, is that we understand this is a transition, or maybe we need to understand, for those of you who aren't thinking about it, we're in transition here. That we know that there's unfinished business, even though we're working on this. Yes, indeed, we are. But we've got a few things to wrap up. That's probably what this is speaking to. Maybe you're holding on to some things that we haven't quite let go of. I feel like this, The dangling participle over here. Now for a few of you, no, I'm not going to say that. I'm not. I'm going to wait and see what this last card is. What adjustment, what small tweak, or maybe big tweak, do we need to make or shift to change the dynamic of this or put us on the trajectory that is for our highest good? Ooh, that's several. Yikes. Getting a lot tonight. All right. This speaks to not overextending to me. If it's not working, another way to say that, or another for different group of you, don't invest in something if it's not working anymore. Let it come to an end. Let it come to an end if it's not working. Yeah, I didn't know that was here. I swear I did not know that was here. Hang on. Why can I? I'm digging the cards off the mat here. They're not wanting to come. They feel stuck. Now, look. I love tarot. Sometimes this can talk about misdirected energy. Very akin to what I'm feeling, regardless of what the card literally means in the tarot card book. It feels like that. Like, I know I need to move on. I'm not quite there, and I'm still trying to get there. So for some of you, and for a couple of you, this is back to this message about perfection. I need to be perfect. Every gift I buy needs to be perfect. I need to spend that little bit more money so I'm accepted and I feel perfect about myself. And to me, it just feels misdirected activity, too much. Spirit is saying, if I can get the card up, that's toxic energy. That's holding you back. Let's let that go. Let's put that in the past back here. Why? So you can start something new, get you ready for this new year. Let's don't take this. Now that this also speaks to fear, this can be fear of moving forward, fear of making a decision, of choosing a path, fear of change even. Sometimes it can be a lack of planning. So all this put together, who or whatever this is, you're trying too hard for many of you. I mean, it just comes down to that. You're trying too hard. You're overextending. Some of you have not quite let go of some things that you need to put an end to as we ease on in here to the new year. And whatever or wherever or with whom you are overextending yourself, that energy, that action rather, has become toxic, and you need to stop doing that. Stop it. Make room, because if y'all have seen me, for those of you that are my regulars, you've seen me do long readings, and they start out with, because I often say tarot gives me the backstory before it answers your questions, right? That's because that backstory is still in your energy field. I wouldn't be picking it up if it wasn't still part of your energy, part of your thinking process, as it were. And so that's what I feel like Spirit is pointing you toward. You got to let go of whatever this is over here so that you can start this. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. That old saying I happen to believe in, that God doesn't give you more than you can take, or if you don't believe in or use that language of God, spirit, karma, whatever. But notice this person is not looking down. Where's that foot going to place? I got to put my foot on solid ground here. And where's that? And what's this? And he's not even looking. He's about to take a leap off that cliff. not concerned about what that's going to look like or how it's going to happen. It's kind of an underlying message of, if you just let go. It reminds me very much of, remember in the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio and with Kate Blanchett, wasn't that her name? Yeah, and she's standing on the Titanic is the movie. And remember the scene where she's standing at the very, very front of the ship, and the wind is blowing, she's like this, like, that's the energy I'm feeling here. It's time for us to not look back now, look forward. Sometimes that's a little scary, but to trust that even though we don't have a firm plan in place, to trust that we're going to be guided, trust that new is going to be better for us in this case. All right. Well, that's a wrap. That's all I have to say about that. Yeah. Stop overthinking. We're going to have more clarity about this. Stop overthinking it, guys. Oh, my goodness. Well, I hope that helps somebody out there, or lots of you out there. Just a reminder, nothing earth-shattering or front page news, I guess, there, but just a friendly, loving reminder of this is kind of the last hurrah here in the year, and let's not let it take us down gasping for air, as it were. All right, let me get a little sip of water. All right, good people. So Pepper, post your question for me, please, in the chat. Please and thank you. And I will get straight onto your reading. I have no moderators here tonight, so this is kind of crazy in the chat, I reckon. By the way, Nancy, thank you. I'm just seeing your other comment. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate that sentiment so much. Yeah, we all go through stuff. It was just my turn this week. What can I say? Gary, are you asking you want to moderate? That'd be awesome. Absolutely. I know you know how to do that. I don't even have to explain it to you, right? That would be, you would just be a sweetheart if you want. Let me do that. Whoops, wait a minute. All right. All right, Gary, that should do it for you. You should show up next time you make a comment. You should show up as a moderator. And thank you so much, sweet friend. You're a love. Thank you for doing that. Okay, Pepper says, me and AKM have been dancing around our feelings for each other for years. Neither one of us are single, okay? And I'm waiting because I know that the chat won't let you put but so many characters in there, so I'm waiting for the rest of part 2 of that question. And let me see what deck for you. What deck is I'm gonna this one? We'll start with this one. Oh, I heard start with this one. So I'm just waiting a second for Pepper to finish typing that question. One question. All right, let me put that deck back. A few weeks ago, we did kiss, thinking it would get it out of our systems. It didn't. And now it just feels like we're both stuck and neither one of us are talking about it. Oh, goodness. Just looking to see what the energy feels because it was just overwhelming and confusing. Oh, goodness, I can so see how that would be. Absolutely would be. So I have to be very specific about how I ask the question of tarot. That's why I'm I always like to hear what you have to say, and then I'm going to formulate the question. So, Pepper, do you really want to know kind of like what um oh, I can just, I know what's going on in your mind. If it was me and I'm in your shoes, I got like 20 questions. So how do you distill that down into one question, right? I'm feeling you. I know. Yeah. I mean, I don't just do tarot readings. I listen to tarot readings that I know, and yeah, I get it. I do. Well, let's see if it comes out. I'm gonna, because I've got, like I said, the core thing here. Let me see what you said here. I guess I'm looking to see if I should just let this lie or make this conversation happen. Ah, that's kind of a yes or no question, which is never just a yes or no answer for me, but give me a second here. I'm just sensing what Spirit thinks would be best for me to do here for you. I'm going to start with these four. If we need to resort to a yes or no, I'll come back to that. But let's see if this particular pull that I've been doing here is going to be it's going to answer your question. Let's go with this. So the core issue, let's ask, what is the core issue really? What, in other words, what matters now in this relationship? Well, I know, I get it. That would be hard. What is the core issue? What really matters now in this current situation? Well, you pretty much already stated that. I think you're questioning if you're deceiving yourself about, is this something I want to pursue as a coming together? Can we say it that way? That's the Three of Pentacles is like collaboration. Well, in a love relationship that's coming together. But am I deceiving myself about that? Is this really something we should be looking to reconcile or get together? I mean, I understand the question, but yeah, okay. Well, we already know that. So, but and this card also represents strategy, because you're thinking, well, if this is where we want to go here, then how do I do that? I think that's part of that also. So what's actually hindering or complicating the energy of this situation right now? Yes, Gary, communication is key, absolutely. But I will tell you, intuitively, Pepper, you have some ambiguity about this. If you were really clear that you wanted this person and you wanted to go forward, you wouldn't be asking these kind of questions. Now, I don't know why that is. I don't know what the deal is, but that's what I'm feeling. Okay, what's hindering or complicating this? How do I say this? You're questioning if this will fit in, maybe both of you, but probably both of you. You're questioning if this, going forward with this relationship, will fit in with your personal view or desires about what makes you happy. Hey, Matthew, good evening. Thank you for joining tonight. Now, I didn't ask the question yet, but they already know what I'm going to ask. Well, what's helping you in this situation is I'm going to say this card represents, when it's in the reverse, starting to get clarity. But really, in this case, it's almost like asking the right questions. You know, this is analysis paralysis. This is what you've been doing, overthinking it ad nauseum, right? And when it's in reverse, it talks about kind of relaxing around that. Now, we're going to put that behind us. We're not going to do that. Let's ease on into simplifying this, maybe drilling down on the actual core issue here. Now, what small shift would you need to make to, I'm going to ask this question different, to see your trajectory, your desired trajectory clearly. Woo, that was quick. What needs to happen is you, yeah. And I can see how it ties with this card totally. Clearly, there's been something in the past where you feel remorse and regret about it. And it's just crying over spilt milk. And I'm not minimizing your feelings. I'm not, or either of you. Because the way I asked these questions, it could apply to both of you. I'm not minimizing your feelings. It basically is just saying, this person, when this is in reverse, this is basically, it's emphasizing the fact that this person is so focused on these 3 cups of spilled emotions that they don't even realize they still have 2 standing behind them. And the advice, as it were, or the shift, is just to slow everything down. Slow down. In other words, don't put any pressure on you or the other person. Let it happen naturally is what I'm hearing. Let it happen naturally. Now, in addition to that, oh yeah, there you go. We're co-workers and he's engaged and I'm in a long-term relationship. Now, I want to kind of go back to more of a yes and no for you, just to give you, no, I'll tell you what I am going to do. I'm going to ask this 2 ways. What is the potential outcome for you if you choose to go forward at this point in time with this person in a romantic type of relationship? Give me 3 cards on that, please. Actually, well, no. Do I want a new deck for that? I do. Hang on a second. Let me get a new deck. A fresh deck. No, they're saying no, not that one. What is the potential outcome? And if you haven't been here before, Pepper, I don't predict the future. Tarot doesn't predict the future. It projects possibilities. That's right. Taking a big gamble, risk versus reward. I didn't ask the question yet. Hold on. So, I'm talking to my team. 2 pulls here. First of all, what happens? What is the potential outcome if this person, if Pepper gets involved romantically with this person? Well, all right, come on. Okay, let me turn it over. Ooh. Okay. Not good, sorry to say. Nine of Wands, Ace of Cups in the reverse. Bottom of the deck, Five of Wands reverse, which all that is to say, because some people like to see the cards and some people don't care. Nine of Wands represents very in and out, undependable, can sometimes, he's not in reverse, but it's just not dependable energy. Which if you're kind of, that speaks to the potential anyway, but we're asking future. So basically it remains this kind of situation. And the Ace of Cups in reverse, this is a lack of emotional fulfillment, a lack of, you're not going to feel loved here. You're not going to feel like your cup is certainly going to be empty. It's just not going to be emotionally fulfilling for you. It could even feel like a missed opportunity. And you end up feeling like, I don't really want to fight for this anymore. I really, you don't want to fight for this anymore. And you put an end to it anyway. This also is a card of betrayal. You may end up feeling that way. Feeling betrayed. Now, what is the potential outcome for Pepper if Pepper decides not to engage further romantically with this person? Hey, May Rose, how are you today? I've had a much better day today than I have in a minute, so thank you for asking. Maya. Maya Rose. All right. Please show me what the potential future is for Pepper if she chooses to not entertain this person she's thinking of. One more. Okay. This situation, I'm going to get a little esoteric with you for a moment, Pepper. This situation is basically a catalyst for you. It's not about the love. It's not about the passion. It's a catalyst. Because in the future, you end up feeling, oh, I'm just not happy. I can't feel good about myself. I can't feel good. I can't find love. I'm not happy. I'm lacking here. I'm not, it's interesting because up here in the first pull, you got the Nine of Cups in the upright when it talks about interference. Okay. What's interfering? What's complicating that? And down here, it's in reverse. Followed by the Hermit, which to me says a number of things. And I'm going to be straight with you. I'm just not that reader that's going to sugarcoat things for you. I'm just not. So hold up. I'm not judging anybody here. I don't judge. I have no dog in the fight, but I'm here to give you the truth. So what this is telling me between the combination of cards here, you are putting too much emphasis on finding happiness outside of you. You're giving all of your power away to this person You're looking for people. You're looking for, in other words, you've got to fill your cup first. And you're not doing that. You're looking for, well, I couldn't have that person, so I'm not going to be happy. I'm just going to go over here in my cave and isolate for a while. Really, what this is saying, because the Hermit card is major arcana, it talks about causing this unhappiness, causes you to withdraw, to reflect. The Hermit goes into the cave and isolates himself so that he can get insight, get wisdom, get downloads, if you will, from the divine, about what this is all about. So I come back to that. This person is a catalyst for you. It's not about you ending up with this person, whether you do or you don't down the road. It is about, because I can't ignore this card. This card tells me about, I just said emotional unhappiness, but you're projecting that onto the people outside of you, probably with your current partner too. If they were doing X, Y, and Z, you'd be happy and you wouldn't be looking for happiness with somebody else. You wouldn't be even feeling attracted to another person. Now, again, please, I'm not judging you. I'm not. I too have been tempted. I have been at a crossroads like this, so I'm not. But my job here is to kind of tell you what the underlying, what really is the core of this. It's not just about whether you hook up with this person or not. That's really not it. It's more than that. Relationships in our lives, all relationships, but particularly those involving romance and intimacy, show us where we're healed and where we're not. And that's what this person is showing you. You've got healing you need to do within yourself. You need to turn this into the upright. Remember, it was in the, what's interfering is your version of happiness, what your perception of happiness is, what you feel this looks like, and how other people need to jump through hoops to make you happy. Happiness is an inside job, sweetheart. It is an inside job, and Spirit is saying to take the time out that this provides you and go within, reflect on that. Reflect on how, when these things come and go, or maybe with your current partner, that causes you to lose passion. So what are you looking for? Is it, what really is it that's a whole other chapter in psychology. I don't really want to open that, but open that door is too long of a discussion. But basically, why, is it some kind of a, well, that's not a question. It's a statement. We spend our whole lives trying to heal our childhood wounds. So maybe this could be a reflection, for example, of your daddy didn't love you like you needed to be loved. And I'm not making fun of you. I have this issue. And so you're constantly looking for approval or love outside of you. And when you get it, like maybe with your current relationship, then it fizzles, and then you go looking for it somewhere else. So I don't know your situation, but that's just kind of what I'm feeling the cards are saying here. You're going to end up unhappy again because your personal cup is not full. What this is saying is you need to focus on self-love. The Nine of Cups is about self-personal love. It's not the Ten of Cups, which reflects about situational and family happiness more. This is personal happiness. And you need to reflect more on what that is for you and how you really get there. So a lot of self-love. I'm sending you a lot of compassion, a lot of, like I said, I've been there. I'm not judging. But I'm going to have to say this would be a no. I do not think you should. And, if you spend a significant time and you do the shadow work of healing this issue and enlightening yourself, and get a better perspective on, your personal happiness, then maybe in the future this can come back around. But right now it's saying it really is just a catalyst. It's nothing lasting. It's an in and out thing, and it's just a catalyst. So that's the bottom line, Pepper. Yeah, well, thank you, and I appreciate you understanding. I'm not here to roast you, yeah, I swear. But you're okay, good. Oh, I'm so glad to hear your partner's great. She was just immediate attractional sight between me and him. We both try to stay well, and I get it. Boy, do I ever get it. Yeah, I do. I promise you I get it. But again, all relationships are there to show us where we're wounded and what we need to work on and what shadow thing. It's just saying, it's just a shiny new object. I can't say just. I don't want to minimize it. It's a shiny new object tempting us, trying to make us feel good for an afternoon, Oh, goodness. It's so complicated. Why does love as a human being have to be so complicated? I don't know. I didn't create this system. I just live here, right? Well, good luck, Pepper. I'm feeling you. I really am, and I'm sending you much love, and I hope you can find some peace with this. Really, that's a hard one. Yeah, Gary, that really kind of is what it comes down to, isn't it? Well, Pepper, really, I'm so hoping that you can get some resolution and peace with this. If you want a private reading, we can dig deeper on this and like what you should do and all the stuff. But that's what I got for you tonight, hon. I hope that helps. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for purchasing a reading tonight. I appreciate you. Are you doing a yes, no question, or is it only, it's, you mean, am I doing a free reading tonight? I think is what you mean, Maya. And no, I'm not. You came in a little after I explained. I only do that on nights when I'm feeling really full of energy, because it takes a lot of energy to do these. And I have been recalibrating this week, and so no, it's not. Oh, no need to be sorry, sweetheart. I'm just explaining because I think you missed that earlier. Yeah, I'm just trying to keep it simple tonight. You've been recalibrating too. I really think many of us, and I think I said this in the last Sunday read, that my sense as an intuitive is that because of all the letting go many of us have been doing this year, it's like we're getting right to the end of the year, so to speak, and finishing up those loose ends and letting go of those things we've been holding on to for dear life. And and then it's like when you let it go, it's like, now what? I don't know where to put my feet now, kind of like I was talking about the Fool card. In that you don't just flip a switch and go from here to here. There's an adjustment period, and hence recalibration, that is needed. Now, I don't even say wanted, needed. So that's what I've been doing a lot. I've been called to do also, Maya. Yes. And I think many of us are going through that. Yes, feeling drained and needing to invest in some self-love, sleeping, and releasing the past. Yes, that's exactly, well, that's not all I was dealing with, but yes. Okay, now, Gary, let's move on to you, sweet man. Let's get on to your reading. What can I help you with tonight? What would you like to know about? Thank you, Bende. I'm wishing you a Merry Christmas as well. What's going on with my voice? Oh boy, that's so true. Shiro, that's so true. Self-love and care. No one will drive you like yourself as an adult. No one will be pushing you. So true. So true. Oh my goodness. So Gary, where are you? Post your question for me, pretty please. Excuse me. And I'm going to wait till I read your question to decide what deck for you. Okay. What deck? Oh, this one? All right. All right. We want to know, please. Hey, Gary, could you tell me his first name, please? My OCD, it drives me crazy when it's not straight. Gary, just waiting for you to post. Could you give me his first name, please? It will help me tune into his energy deeper. Have y'all finished your Christmas shopping? I have 95%. I've got one or two more things, but that store wasn't open today, so I'll do it tomorrow. Gary, where are y'all? Aw, thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you. Thanks for saying that. I'm pretty feisty for an old girl, too. You too, Maya. You've got two. You know, I loved those years of stuffing stockings. That was actually, my kids told me later, too, it was my favorite thing to do. It was like my mission to get, really cool stocking stuffers. And they told me later in life when they grew up, that was most of the time that was their favorite too. So that can be better than the big gifts, sometimes. Thank you, Gary. Okay, Randy. I will pull some cards, but I just wanted to tune into his energy a little bit before I did that. Gary, he's tired. I mean, like his soul is tired. Are you aware of that? Or is he one of those, I'm putting on a brave face for everybody, people? Oh, that's okay. Thanks. I just want to be sure you were still here. He just feels, he feels how I was feeling earlier this week. I'm just tired to the bone. Is my first observation. It's almost like he's saying, it's not that I'm ready to go anytime soon, but at the same time, I just don't know how much more fight I have in me. That's really, you're saying he's high strung? You're the calm face. He's the high strung one. I don't think anything's imminent. I will tell you that. I'll pull the cards, but I don't think anything's imminent in terms of him passing. I mean, that's not the question you asked me. I understand. You asked about his health. One second here. Eliza, how are you doing tonight? I love that new pottery piece. I guess it was a mug. Now that I did with the animals. In other words, what I'm trying to say, I love the new stuff with the animals, Liza. All right, show me, please. We're gonna add. I'm gonna start with a yes or no. Will Randy's help get better? You're at work now. Good stuff. I like the animal stuff. It was a crane, and you had a turtle on the one I saw, and I can't remember. Liza's a potter, among other things. Do you want this? At your little serving job? Well, we got to pay the bills, right? What did I say? He's tired. He's tired. This is kind of an esoteric message. I know you asked about help. I'm not ignoring you, but Liza says crane, turtle, seal, tiger, all based on. I know. I read the description. I was so impressed with you. I was so impressed with that. Y'all go check Eliza's Instagram account. You can post that here, Liza, if you want to. It's fine with me. If you want to share. But I need to stay in this energy here for Gary. So, Gary, I just, again, back to what I was talking about, the central issue with his health seems to be that he's tired. So I don't know if that means he's tired of fighting. No, that's not a question. Let me rephrase it. This is a statement. This could be referring to what physical ailments he's dealing with. Yes. But I feel like that's more of a reflection of what he's feeling on a soul level, meaning I'm tired to the bone. I can't juggle this anymore. I'm dropping the ball. I feel like everywhere I turn, I'm dropping the ball, so to speak. This is overwhelm. And the reason for that, like what he needs to let go of, what's behind this, it's like he's, my God, oh my God. Yikes. I didn't see. I was just looking at the one card, and then suddenly the rest of them wanted to show it to me. He's been through it. He's been through the wars, so to speak. So, excuse me. Crow, God bless you. Pardon me, y'all. You too? At Tuber too? Hey, Crow, you might want to rewind to the beginning where I do the week ahead check-in, because that's exactly what the collective reading talked about. Yeah. Lovely to see you, Crow. I hope you're feeling better. And I'm going to get back to my reading here for Gary. So what needs to stay behind, what he needs to let go of, what I think he's been working on letting go of. Secrets, fears, things that have been hidden, things that now are coming to the light. I mean, it's almost like he's He's having a reckoning, a soul awakening, or is being forced. This is important. And I know you ask about help. He's being forced to have a reckoning, an internal reckoning about a lot of heartache that he's been carrying. Now, the reason I'm harping on this, and again, I know you asked about help, is because our body listens. And physical ailments are manifestations of emotional and energetic imbalance. So the answer to the question about that specifically is, it does not look like he's going to get better, but the reasons are what I told you. He's still very, let me see what he's going toward. Yeah. This is beautiful though. This is a spiritual thing he's going through, Gary. I don't care what physical stuff he's got that are reflecting that. What's really at the core of this is a spiritual. In other words, let me say this differently. In general, for anybody who's listening, everybody comes into this lifetime with certain major themes that we need to work on. And Spirit uses those things to help us grow, to help us, to challenge us, to awaken us. So for some people, that's relationships. For some people, it's money. For some people, it's health. And I kind of feel like that's what this is saying in a nutshell, is that's what he's going through, because what he is going toward, or maybe needs to go toward, but what Spirit's trying to nudge him toward is getting to the higher ground. This can literally be somebody reaching for spiritual connection, spiritual guidance, spiritual insight, spiritual wisdom, because he wants to come in out of the cold. I mean that's metaphorical, but not really. I don't know what he did back there. We've all done stuff, and this is not I'm not judging, but it's like what Spirit is driving him toward is to find more love for himself. Same message as the previous reading but a different twist. Yeah, it's like, forgive yourself. This is the apology card. That's why I said that. He needs to forgive himself for some things that were in his past. And yeah. Yep. That's so clear. He needs to forgive himself for some things in the past, put an end to whatever this internal punishment he's putting himself through, that's causing him this unhappiness. And that's where he could find stability. That's when things could start to balance out for him. But in terms of, I just wanted to give you that whole explanation, because if it's just a yes or no, this looks like a no, unless he heeds the call, so to speak. Yeah, it's all out of whack. I hear you. And that's, yeah. Well, I wish I had better news. I wish that wasn't a no, but it's the truth. I mean, I don't, you know me, I don't sugarcoat here. And here's another thing now this card was in reverse, but you see the visual on this. This is the Moon card. This talks about secrets, things that are hidden, things that need, or fears even. And see how she is gasping. She's down here sinking, like her hand is reaching up like for one last gasp of air here before the end. Now in the reverse, and to me this is like the Queen of Cups represented here on this card, which talks about emotions and giving of your heart and feeling it's okay to be vulnerable. So in the reverse, he's not felt those things. And that's what's coming to what he's been trying to juggle is, I think he's been trying to suppress this kind of thing probably most of his life, if I'm honest. So again, that's, but, not again, but this is what Spirit's asking him. Climb that mountain, rise to the top, defend yourself. And I love how this is the light seer deck. In this deck, unlike a lot of them, in most of the decks, the Seven of Wands is represented by somebody holding a wand, standing at the top of the hill, and 6 wands, people beneath them, all hold a wand, and they're all trying to fight to take you, topple you off the mountain so they can take your place. Not in this deck. Look at how peaceful she looks. She's like saying, I have earned my spot here. I have arrived. This is what Spirit is pushing him toward, to arrive at this high ground, to arrive, and see the bubble here. See how peaceful she looks? Nobody's touching me when I get there. Nobody's touching me. So Spirit is trying to get your brother to connect to, again, to, this represents, this was originally the Pope card, the Guru, and again, look at the artwork. No coincidence about why Spirit wanted me to use this deck. It's like the stairway to heaven, literally. The stairway to heaven where enlightenment and inspiration comes. So maybe he literally could be having fear about where he's going one day when he crosses over. I think that's, your brother calls you. Your brother calls you Guru. Well, and that could be, this literally could be, sometimes it can be a physical person giving advice. So what would you advise him? What would you advise him? Another example, I love that tarot's just wonderful. In this particular deck, remember, this person has the power. They've got the key. All she has to do is walk over here, pick that key up, put it in the door, and walk in out of the cold. But so far, that hasn't happened. No, let me rephrase that. I'm sorry. Erase that. It's in the reverse. So that's just what that means. You do get to come in out of the cold, and you do get to feel this love, whether this is self-love or spiritual love or mankind or other people around them, all of those things. But all of this is affecting his health. This is what I'm feeling is the core energy. That's why this is a no. There's something in his life, some assumption, some belief, sure it goes back to childhood like all of us, that he got backwards. Some belief about the world that he got backwards that's got him in this. And it's caused him a lot of heartache here. Should I ask? He's a Leo, very emotional. I try to advise him to stay calm. Well, that's that Queen of Cups underwater. I think he's probably heard that. I think he's aware, and I think he's probably stifled his emotions, probably to please other people around him. And I'm not talking about you specifically. I mean, that's what I'm saying is that I'm feeling that's kind of what he felt he had to do to fit in the world, is to stifle that. Yes. I kind of want to ask like advice. I mean, we've got the health question, but do you want me to ask like advice? I know, y'all, that's more than one question. It's because he's a regular here. And he's also helping moderate tonight, or is moderating. I don't think anybody else is here. I think Eliza popped off. I mean, I think we kind of know, but what else how can I help you with that, Gary, other than that's a yes or no, the way you asked the question. He is so he could start a riot, but he stressed he could start a riot, but he didn't know how to control it. I know. Pooja, these are paid readings. You're welcome to purchase one. That information is pinned at the top of the chat. And thank you for being here. Yeah, his emotions. Should I ask? I think you know. I think you are the guru. Any advice here? Yeah, well, that's not, I mean, that's kind of stating the obvious, but help him move on to calmer waters. Well, duh. But this is, he's being forced to or I did ask advice, didn't I? Oh, Kevin, I did not do that to you. No. Yeah, this really speaks. Like I said, it's kind of stating the obvious. Well, thank you, Gary. I just think that it's kind of repeating itself anyway. The Six of Swords, as opposed to the like Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is somebody choosing to leave. Yes. The I'm sorry, did I say Cups? Six of Swords is someone leaving, someone moving on to calmer waters, but it is a forced departure. This person was forced to get in that boat and leave, as opposed to the Eight of Cups being somebody choosing to leave. And in this, again, the artwork is perfect because all of these crows represents communication, messages, what you're talking about, the overthinking that he's got going on in his mind. And that's the key to his happiness, is if he can move on, if he can somehow find a way. But I don't know that as far as advice, patience. Patience. I really think the best thing, which I think you're already doing, is mostly accepting him right where he is for the most part. You know who this is, meaning it wasn't your brother, or is it somebody, you're saying it's somebody else? Well, that could happen. I mean, we did ask about him, but yes. It can be, readings come in sometimes, they're dual. Like, this could be what Spirit's given me for Randy, but then if you see the pieces fit for somebody else, yeah, that can happen for sure. Oh, I see. You know who he's missing. Ah, yeah, that Three of Swords was, and it was upright too. That means he's still feeling that hurt. Yeah, he is still, where is it? And I mean, and there it is. And when the tower is reversed for me, this is a tower that's already happened, obviously, but it also can speak to it being an internal tower, not something outside that's happening. This is an internal heartache that he's been carrying, is still carrying. Poor sweetie, I want to hug him. Oh, seriously. Goodness, goodness. Well, Gary, I hope that helps. That was... I'm laughing at myself because I'm working on getting shorter at my readings, and it's not catching on yet. It's just like, I'm a storyteller. What can I say? It's just, not, you know, these 2-sentence answers is not my jam yet. I'm working on it. Well, I hope so, because, you know, I think if you can help him heal that heartache, that will help his health. I mean, seriously, it's that connected. It will improve his health, because we saw that's kind of at the core of it. Well, I'm sending you both a big hug, Gary. I hope he does better, and I hope you can help him. Now, I would say, just as a friend, we can't fix things for other people, but apparently he does listen to you because of that Hierophant card. I think you're right. I think you are a bit of a guru in his life. So I hope that helps. All right. Well, thank you, sweet friend. I appreciate you being here. Always such a good supporter, and I really appreciate you moderating tonight. That was a huge help. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I could feel that. Yeah, he looks up to you. I could feel that. Totally looks up to you. And I think he tries to be the equal, but he does look up to you. He really does. Yeah. Well, you're very welcome. Again, I hope that helps, and at least points you in a direction maybe of how you can help him. Okay, guys. Well, I don't think anybody else has paid for a reading, so last call for a paid reading if anybody wants one. Speak up now. Forever hold your peace. Because I got a later start tonight than I usually do, but you know, better late than never, right? Oh, goodness. Okay, guys. I hope everybody has a wonderful holiday. I wish I could say that I would be here middle of the week, but I just don't see that happening. I have house guests coming. Kind of a last minute change of plans. So I think that that one, no, I don't think. I know that's not happening. So I want to be busy. But I'll see you guys toward the end of the week, and maybe even Christmas night if I get a nap. Well, no promises, though. No promises. So thank you guys so very much for being here. Thank you for your support. Happy holidays, everybody. I'm wishing everybody peace and joy. And go back and play the first part of the reading about not being overwhelmed. Right. Peace out to you too, Gary. Merry Christmas, y'all. Take care. Many blessings.